This is Susie and her daughter, living with her daughter, watching this thing happen to her daughter. He put, his hands and showed me the places on her body. Is my little girl saying this? She's 5. How could this even enter her brain? And then first she showed me one part of her body and she goes, and also over here. I remember those words. And also, it's like a second knife. Until Susie heard her 5-year-old say words that the 5-year-old is not supposed to know? Yeah, that was what separated her from the spiritual abuse. But what do you mean you weren't allowed to talk to a person that's investigating your own child's essay? Who told you you're not allowed? Joni, just if you want to show me your submission and you have the right heart before God to do what's right, then you will let this go. Because that is surrendering it to God. And my father, he told me again, if you believe Pete had done this, then you need to get another job. So that was his way of basically saying, don't talk about it, don't question it. Pete has been cleared. Let's move on and submit. So this is a pattern of grooming that Joni had groomed. All those around her and all her were aware that instead of praying and seeking God's guidance, they wait to hear what Joni says because she is the voice of God. So this thing wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't just something that was coming out of the blue. It was a grooming process that everybody around Joni had been trained to follow. It's a pattern that operated in this whole world that Joni created. Whatever she says is God, and submission means she's the voice of God to you. And I said, I'm sorry, can you clarify? She said, she's the voice of God. To me, she's the voice of God. So God's voice is I have to hear. If I can't hear from God, I have to hear from her outside of Daystar. What she says is God in Daystar. And I'm saying, no. Wait a minute, Jonathan. I have a kind of, she's the voice of God in Daystar. But the point being, whatever she says moving forward is God. And you have been given the opportunity to say, I submit and stay, and you won't. That's what you just said. No, I didn't say I won't. I'm just saying I need to pray about it. No, you're saying you won't. No, sir. Yes, you did. You said, I just wish you would respect my personal conviction. We're in this room talking because you're praying that would be my preference. If you had a very strong conviction about something. All I want to hear is that you'll submit to my authority. That's all. I don't want to hear anything else. I want to hear about your personal convictions. You submit to my authority, or you don't. Yeah, like whatever I say to read. If I'm not comfortable then I have to stick with my convictions. Well, whatever you read, if you don't agree with the viewer's comment, it's not your right to agree or disagree with it. I'm representing it. It's a lie. You're not representing it. I'm not reading it out. I'm reading it. It's not a lie. It's a lie. If I say something that I don't believe, anything to do with you, if I say something I don't believe it, I'm not gonna just... It has nothing to do with you. It is a viewer comment. It's not a Susie comment. It's a viewer comment. I can't go against my convictions in that, and I'll come back then. Okay, you're gone. You're fired. If you can't read a nice comment about Doug, I don't want you here. Yeah, I don't. You won't do the green room. You won't do anything. Okay. Okay. What about you? I'm just going to seek the Lord and I'm going to pray. That's not what's going to happen. That you're not getting back on the set until she knows that you're submitted. It's not a matter of you doing what you want to do when you want to do it. It's a matter of her knowing today that you're submitted to her and that you trust her and you're willing to do what she says. And she may give you longer than that. She may give you till tomorrow or whatever. But all I'm saying is, this is not a religious process of you going home and praying. This is a process, very practical process, of you telling your boss whether you're behind her or not, whether you'll submit to her or not. You're spiritualizing all of this and all of the scriptures behind her, not behind you. She's the authority. She's your mother. Like I said, I hope you can see the grooming process that everyone connected to Joni goes through. So Susie is trying to say that these are my convictions, but she's cut off. In fact, she said she has no right. So she removes Susie from even having a right to speak of her convictions. And then she goes on to fire her. You are gone. Who talks like that? Why can't you say, oh, she's the boss, so she's making sure that only what she says counts? She's disregarding what you say. Why bring God? The next day, Joni declared that God